Alright guys, in our last video we talked about the ideas behind what a two-variable inequality should look like, right? We graphed it on the xy coordinate plane. We showed what it meant for it to be greater than or less than. Okay, we looked at the ideas behind it. Now what I want to do in this example is show you how we would actually get that without having to graph all those points. Because I know a lot of you, when you watched that last video, were like, meet the bow, I don't want to do all those freaking points. Well, I don't want you to do all those points either. I want you to understand the idea that the equality, the equation, creates a line that separates the points that work from the points that don't, right? Anything on one side is a point that's going to work, the other side won't. And so what we really need to do is we need to draw the line that separates the two areas. Once we've drawn the line that separates the two areas, then we can say, well, which side works and which side doesn't. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get the line first. So we're just going to take temporarily 3x minus y is equal to 2. Okay, just to kind of get our start here. So of course we want this into y equals mx plus b. Most people are very comfortable with graphing when it's in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to have negative y. And I'm going to put the negative 3x first. And then this is a positive 2, so it'll be plus 2. All right, now I need to get rid of the negative. So I'm going to multiply everything by a negative. You could divide everything by a negative. It doesn't matter. Okay, so y equals 3x minus 2, right? Because I'm distributing the negative to each of those terms. Now I'm ready to graph it. Y equals mx plus b. Okay, so on my graph, of course, the first thing I want to put down is the y-intercept. The y-intercept in this case being negative 2. So we'll put that point down first. Okay, and then we'll use the slope. So I've got negative 2, that's my y-intercept. And the slope is 3, which is the same thing as 3 over 1. And so I'm going to go up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. And I don't really like that I only have 3 points, so let's go down 3, negative 3, and then negative 1, because negative 3 over negative 1 is also a positive number. So we've got our line now. Of course, from this point, we have one more thing to consider before I draw that line. Remember, if I draw a line, that's saying every point on this line is included in my solution. But remember, I don't want 3x minus y to be equal to 2. I want it to be less than. That means the places where it's equal shouldn't be included. Because if it's equal, then it's not less than. And so what I need is some way of dividing this without having a solid line demonstrating the answers. And the way we do that is by using a dashed line. So the dashed line demonstrates the fact that there is a division here. I'm dividing one side from the other, but I don't want to include the points on this line. Okay, so now the next thing to determine is, well, which side is the solutions? Remember in the first video, everything on one side was shaded. So we need to figure out which side it is. The best way to do that is to pick a point, any point. You can really do any point you want. I'm going to choose 0, 0 because that's an easy one to work with. So I'm going to test 0, 0. Now that's really nice because then in my equation, I can just substitute x with 0. And I can substitute y with 0, and that's going to make the math really easy, right? So it's going to be 0 minus 0 is less than 2. 0 is less than 2. That is true. It works. That means that this point, 0, 0, needs to be in the solution area. Okay, now the solution area we're going to show by shading. Okay, so that means that all of these points on this side are solutions. And of course, that goes forever and ever in that direction. Now I shaded this side because that's where 0, 0 is, and 0, 0 has to be in the shaded area. If it didn't work, then I would shade the other side to show that the answers that didn't include 0, 0 worked. Now, if you don't believe me, you can try any other point. You can try any other point that's in this shaded area, and it should work. Okay, so just go ahead. Try one, take it, see if it works. Shouldn't be a problem. All right? Watch the next video and I'll show you 2 more examples going a little bit faster.